it wasn't a transparent and beautiful process at all. White still is a taboo
Right.
in a lot of weddings. तो हम white बेचते हैं कि pearl finish है.
I loved what Pulkit wore. We've never seen something like that
Correct.
in Indian weddings. Did you have to align their outfits with the wedding decoration theme? Was there a discussion around it? How to identify that this decorator is right for me?
Right.
You know, how to align with this decorator?
Like nobody can replicate our work, we cannot anybody else's. बिल्कुल ऐसे ही कर देंगे 100%, 110% करके दे देंगे, 120%, ऐसा नहीं होता है. आप जो कर सकते हो आप वो ऑनेस्टली बताओ. हमारे कई क्लाइंट्स आते हैं, पिक्चर्स दिखाते हैं कि ऐसे कर दो. अब अगर आप मुझे बीच की पिक्चर दिखा रहे हो और आपका है हॉल, तो आप नहीं कर सकते हो. टेक कैन बी एन इंस्ट्रूमेंट टू एनहांस समथिंग, बट टेक को आप लिबर्टी नहीं दे सकते कंट्रोल करने के लिए. फिर रोबोटिक डेकोर होगा. My perception completely.
Yeah. Hi everyone, welcome back. I am your friend Rumela, lead editor at WeddingWire India, and I'm back with another exciting episode of Shadi Ki Pathshala, India's first wedding school for couples. So what is the question that we are answering today? जब आप endlessly social media में wedding inspiration scroll कर रहे हो, what do you see? Custom built structures, glass houses, immersive lighting, 3D mapping, drone shows, beautiful floral decoration. All of these have upgraded Indian wedding decoration in India. The question is not हम क्या कर सकते हैं wedding decor में. The question is हम क्या नहीं कर सकते हैं. The sky is the limit, my friend. You can do whatever you want. But let's hear it from the horse's mouth. I have with me today Yashna Rane, co-founder of the Design Atelier Weddings. Yes, the same brand that weaved the beautiful wedding decoration story of Pulkit Samrat and Kriti Kharbanda. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're so excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Do you want to talk about your brand, your journey? How did you start?
Yeah, so the Design Atelier Weddings is a 10-year-old company.
Wow.
It was started by my partner, Sarthak Gupta, and I eventually joined in to work together. It's been a wonderful journey ever since. There's been constant growth, constant struggles, a lot of positivity, a lot of energy. So it's been worth a while every passing year, and thanks to the Almighty, it's been a great journey till now.
Lovely. A decade-long journey. There's so much that you might have seen in the industry. Do you want to talk about the evolution? How is it different now versus when it started?
Well, it's completely different now. When it started, it was, if I may use the word, very typical.
Right.
When you would hire a decorator, for example, 10 years ago, it would be very typical to designs, to colors, कि ऐसा चाहिए, शादी होगी तो लाल रंग की होगी,
Right.
संगीत होगा तो शिमर होगा, हल्दी येलो होगी, मेहंदी कलरफुल होगी, and that was the basis basically 10 years ago. Evolution has occurred with knowledge, with exposure, with a lot of information, social media, interactions from the international world.
Right.
So people have traveled a lot more, people have opened their eyes a lot more to lot many more things. So when we sit across the table today with a client vis-a-vis what we would do 10 years ago, the awareness level of the client and of course us is way more. So creating or curation of things is more personalized, very different, and sometimes even completely off the hook, unimaginable things are done. So evolution has come a lot, and I would really give it to the social media and the awareness which has brought in the concepts a lot more differently now.
Amazing. Do you think couples today are more experimental in nature when it comes to wedding decor?
Oh, absolutely. Why only couples? We, as decorators, have also become very experimental. we tend to suggest a lot more, many more things differently, because we have been given that leverage to do so by our clients. They're not closed anymore. They are open minded. They have they have no limitation in terms of their thought processes. And if we suggest something new, or if we want to create something new, it is always an option. It is not something which they are close to anymore. Yeah.
So when this change happened from conventional to unconventional, did you see a lot of struggle between the couples and the families, or was it a very transparent and beautiful process?
No, it wasn't a transparent and beautiful process at all. White still is a taboo
Right.
in a lot of weddings. तो हम white बेचते हैं कि pearl finish है, off white है, champagne है. Typical white is still a big no-no in a lot of places. Just to give you an example. Yes, turning it around for a few people has been easy, especially if you look at the NRI section. Most of them, there are 2-3 reasons behind it. Most of them, number one, are open about it because of the lifestyle and the places they have been living in. So they don't follow the regular tradition, or they don't want to accept it, or they are okay with it. Another thing is, most of them are married before. So
Okay.
once you're already married before, so the technicality of having white goes away. So that is another reason where whites have also come in. But parents, families are still a little wary of it.
Yeah, shy
So,
away from
Yes, because
white.
that is, it's India, that is where we come from. That is our base.
Right.
कुछ चीज़ें हमें कुछ तरीके से ही समझ में आती हैं. तो
Correct.
वो बेस शायद हम खुद भी नहीं हिलाना चाहते. So we use it in a way where it's up comfortable to a point where it's comfortable for them.
And do you think couples are the ones who are making most of the decisions now, or is it the family?
Mostly couples now. They want, because again, see, a lot of things have changed. People are very intrigued by the fact that they can bring in their own life story into a thing like decor.
Yes.
So when we sit across the table with a couple or a family, we try and understand where they're coming from, what their life story has been, where have they traveled, where did they start from. So once you know the journey, and if you incorporate parts of that journey into a visual of a decor, is a very beautiful concept. So it's like building a story. So most of the decisions come from them. The participation is very, very high. Parents also, but that has become quite minimal in today's date.
So, guys, personalization is still the key in 2025. If you're planning your wedding decoration right now, make sure you have conversations with your wedding decorators. Tell your story, be open, be honest, and get the most beautiful stories embedded in your decor palette. That said, since we are talking about white wedding decor and personalization, are there any big wedding decoration trends that you're forecasting for 2025?
Yes, there are certain things which are coming into play a lot in the Indian wedding sector. The Rococo theme, the ornate
Yes.
bit, the typical French silver, gold, sage green sort of concept. If I may connect it to a little bit of Sabya, if you bring it down to India.
Yeah.
So that kind of concept is going to be a highlight for the coming season, because it's minimalistic yet rich.
Right.
So the key to the next few years, I believe, is going to be very minimalistic, with the accentuation of metallic, ornate, and subtle pastel colors is what I foresee in terms of weddings. In terms of smaller functions, haldis, mehendis, etc., people are again being very open-minded about exploring various sorts of palettes, but primarily a lot of people are bending towards pastels, lighter tones, lighter shades. The boldness is a little toned down this year. Of course, red and gold is a classic, which will run forever, I believe. But yeah, the tones are a little subtle for this year.
Do you think couples will get bored of pink anytime soon, or pink is here to stay?
I'm bored of pink.
Same.
I'm totally bored of pink. Uh, but unfortunately, no.
Hmm.
Because it is such a color that it binds. So if you're
Correct.
looking at an alley of pastels, it is the most primary color which binds any other color. If you look at a lilac, if you look at a sage green,
Right.
for example, you need a binding color. So that binding color invariably becomes pink. However, pink has come up with a lot of shades. So the typical pink is very less now. The other shades of pink have been incorporated, which are more fluid and more acceptable and look classy.
Lovely. Let's talk about some unconventional experiences that you might have had during the Pulkit Samrat and Kriti Khanbanda wedding setup. They wore really unconventional colors at the wedding. I
Correct.
loved what Pulkit wore. We've never seen something like that
Correct.
in Indian weddings. Did you have to align their outfits with the wedding decoration theme? Was there a discussion around it?
So their wedding decor, primarily the mandap and the wedding, was designed and probably explained to us through the carpet of Grand Bharat. So we were all walking around.
Wow.
Yeah, we were all walking around and we were discussing about the colors, and Pulkit suddenly stops and he says, ये देखो मुझे ये कलर चाहिए, मैं कहाँ देखना है, नीचे कारपेट वाला कलर, ये कलर चाहिए, बस यही perfect कलर है. So that is how the palette came into play. uh, eye for detail can be from anywhere, is my
Hmm.
point. You don't need to have big presentations or big books to showcase. A design or a palette can be picked up from life, and that can be anywhere around you. So it was a very simple explanation which started from a carpet, went on to the entire presentation and detailing, which came out beautifully, and it's still embedded because where it started from. So that was a beautiful experience. Even his Sangeet and the after party
Yes.
was a very, very different ideation. Of course, Sangeet went on to Tuxedo Shimmer, but the after party was a grunge garage sort of look,
Yes.
which rarely happens in India. So bringing that look in with the elements, working on those smaller things like big chains and broken bicycles and motorbikes, etc., to bring in that grunge, was a fantastic experience also.
I think I also saw a slide in one of their events.
Yes, it was a slide for the after party and the Sangeet function.
Lovely.
It was an adult slide. We had a lot more activities also going on side by side. We had a lot of games, we had swings, we had slides. It was tricky because it can be risky.
Yeah.
It's not something which comes with a lot of confidence unless you are sure of your work.
Hmm.
So when you are designing something like this, offbeat, and for especially a celebrity, so you have to be extremely professional, careful, and sure of what you're doing, because we can't afford any sort of mistakes or mishaps. But fortunately, we were very, very grateful to our entire team and to Pulkit, to Kriti, who were completely in confidence for us to have operated this flawlessly.
Beautiful. Because you're an expert and you have been in the industry for over a decade, you have done these A-lister weddings. I also want your advice, and I want our couples, because this is Shadi Ki Pathshala, right? So
Yeah.
we teach them about how to go ahead with wedding planning step by step, 101. And since we're talking about decoration, I thought that this conversation can also help them plan their wedding decoration to the T.
Yeah.
So I think one common question that couples always have is, what are the questions I should be asking the wedding decorator when I do a meeting with them for the first time? A lot of couples see a lot of inspiration on social media. They want everything nowadays because there's
correct.
so much to see, right? But they don't know where to draw the line, how to align it with their budget, what are the practical questions to ask,
Right,
and how to identify that this decorator is right for me.
right.
How to align with this decorator. So do you have any tips for them?
My biggest tip has always been the vibe. You always somewhere know who's right and wrong for you. Of course, there are various other things, technicalities, budgets, credibility of the person you're going to deal with. There should be a thorough check, of the background of the person you're dealing with, because see, it's a daily job for us,
Right.
right? We do it day in, day out. But for the person who's hiring us, it's their only one and the last time, hopefully. So it is very important to choose the person or the team. For them, this is just not a daily chore. For them, every event should hold equal importance, because that is your only event.
Right.
For us, it's a routine. But if we take it as a routine, justification to a decor becomes a little difficult. So that is what I tell all my clients, that when you choose someone, whether us or somebody else, matching the vibe, understanding, of course, budgets should be kept in mind, but most importantly, they should own your event. Only then you will be able to justify, irrespective of the size, of the budget, of the venue. So that is very, very important.
So as a couple, how does one identify, apart from vibes, are there any top questions that they should definitely be asking this decorator during the
No,
meeting?
absolutely, absolutely. When you sit across a decorator or a vendor who you want to choose your team from, number one is your credibility, your background check.
Right.
What kind of work has been done by the concerned team? What is the authenticity of the work which is being shown to you? Like you said, Pinterest pictures. Most of the presentations are today on Pinterest pictures. Even the clients will scroll, screenshot, flood Pinterest pictures. Now, what is the capability of putting them into reality, if at all can be done also? Because as a team, when we sit across a table and we are flooded with Pinterest pictures, our first response to the client is, like nobody can replicate our work, we cannot anybody else's.
Right.
There's only a certain percentage of dignity and respect we can give to somebody else's work. So never compare. And
Right.
that honesty is very important for the deliverables, because expectations versus reality needs to match.
Right.
So that is a very big criteria for anybody to choose. If somebody is telling you sitting across the table in the first meeting, with due respect to all my fellow decorators, कि बिल्कुल ऐसे ही कर देंगे 100%, 110% करके दे देंगे, 120%, ऐसा नहीं होता है. आप जो कर सकते हो, आप वो ऑनेस्टली बताओ, क्योंकि उससे आपके कस्टमर को क्लैरिटी मिलता है और एक रैपो बिल्ड होता है on the basis of trust.
Right.
So these are a few things I think people should keep in mind before choosing a decor person or any other vendor during the wedding.
And do you think there is a specific percentage in a couple's wedding budget that needs to be assigned to wedding decoration?
Frankly, no.
Okay.
There is no percentage as such. It can be as minimalistic as just a backdrop, and it can be as extravagant as building a Taj Mahal. So it's unfair to tell a client that please allocate this much, because it's very personal, and we as decor people should not even be pushy about it. हर एक का अपना budget रहता है, हर एक का अपना vision रहता है. The biggest of clients today somehow are very minimalistic. They don't want structures. They just want florals. They just want accentuations of smaller elements, photograph-worthy elements. So it's unfair if I push them to a budget just because they can afford it.
Right.
It's about a vision. So it's unfair to put a percentage on decor, I feel. It's completely individual, their decision. We only help them curate it in that. Plus, minus, of course.
So if I'm gathering this correctly, they come with the vision, not with the budget. And choosing minimalistic decoration pieces is not always about the budget. Sometimes it's just about their taste also.
Most clients now, it's all about the taste.
Correct.
Very rarely we get a client on the table nowadays, because the kids are dealing with it. They are in control for most of the decor. So very rarely you will find somebody across the table and say कि 10 लाख में काम कर दो, जो मर्जी कर दो. ऐसा नहीं होता है आजकल. आजकल विजन पहले बनता है कि
Right.
what kind of visualization you want for your functions, and that's how it's done. It's not about it's in fact a rarity now that people will tell you. Normally it's a vision, and then we curate a budget, and acceptance, non-acceptance, plus minus is done over a period of maybe a few weeks or a month or two. However, when we are curating this, it's also not the case that we shock them with a budget in the end. So once we understand their vision, we try and explain on the side that this is the budgets we are going to touch. If we need changes, we can do it now rather than going to a point and reversing. So it's both hand in hand.
So couples ask us this question a lot, that what is the average wedding cost of decoration in India? And sometimes I'm lost because, like you said, personalization, customization, it really depends on your vision. But looking at all of the weddings that have happened in 2024 or the ones that you're booked for in 2025, do you have an average number in mind?
Yes, of course, there is a certain number which eventually comes into play naturally. Uh, it is again a segregation. There's a different budget which works for a single function. There are different budgets which work for destination weddings. There are a lot of times when the budgets of decor are even higher than the hotels. Like we're doing this wedding in March, and the costing for the hotel is way lower as compared to the costing for the decor. So
Wow.
it's a plan for Jayagarh Fort, which is going to be executed in the first half of March, wherein the inspiration has come in from Hira Mandi. So we had to. It was just a thought which came in from the client. Let's do Hira Mandi. So we watched the entire series multiple times to pick up the elements, to curate a whole set, because it's the first time probably in Jayagarh all parts of it are being used. Normally it's a central courtyard which is used, but all parts are being used. So obviously when you're doing such an extravagant decor, the costings go up. And plus the other functions which are happening at the hotel too. So the chunk of the costing of decor is almost 3 to 4 times vis-a-vis the payment to the hotel. So it is a rarity, of course, because normally when a client budgets, होटल पे इतना खर्चा लगेगा, डेकोर पे उससे obviously कम ही लगेगा, because एक
Yeah.
permutation combination चलता है, then entertainment, etc., etc. But there are clients like this also who have such a great vision that and they want it to be executed to the T, that then budgets don't matter. So if you ask me for a figure, it can be as humble for a single function, going from 2, 3, 4 lakh rupees, going to for a destination wedding in a average 4-star hotel for all 4 functions, 12 to 15 lakh rupees. Good decor, which is upper middle section, the normal range goes anything between 20 to 40 lakh rupees for 3 or 4 functions.
Thank you for sharing that. I am very excited about the Hira Mandi point that you mentioned, and I've been trying to contain my excitement for so long, so I'll just go ahead with it. I love the idea that a wedding is being inspired by the Hira Mandi set. Looks were beautiful, jewelry, mehendi, makeup, everything was beautiful. Fashion for that matter. But when I was talking to bridal makeup artists, I was not really able to zero in on one trend from Hira Mandi because they thought that the looks were not as conventional
Yeah.
as Indian weddings. But the fact that you are designing a whole set inspired by it, I want to know a little bit more about it. If you can share with me, what's the vision?
Sure. So this particular set is divided in 4 sections. So if you look at, you've seen Hira Mandi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Multiple
So,
times.
yeah. So Hira Mandi has multiple sections and vibes to it too. So one is your courtyard bit where the
Yes.
residence is. Yeah. Then there is an old world charm where there is a library, a bookstore. Yeah. Then there is lot of marketplace
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
So just to give you these 3 examples. So
Mhm.
these, we have sectionized the decor that way. So one part of it is the courtyard theme where there are a lot of massive velvet curtains, use of jewels, subtle in a way, fountains, etc. If you've seen the set.
Yes.
The second section is very old world library sort of a feel, where there are old books. There is again a lot of understated ornaments involved in it. Then the third bit where we are actually doing the Sangeet has a little bit of a marketplace feel, a little bit
Nice.
of sheen, shimmer. So that is how we've devised the whole plan and sectionized the decor. So you're basically starting to walk in at Jaigarh Fort, one part, then walking through the second part, third part, and fourth is the resting part where the actual function operates. So
Okay.
it's like a journey of Hira Mandi. So people who have seen it will resonate with it because actual elements from the set are being procured to place in each section which is designed.
Got it. Top of mind question. Was the couple already aware that they want to do this? Did they come to you with the notion already, or did you brainstorm and reach this conclusion together?
So the couple knew the vibe
Right.
that they wanted something rich. If you look at Rajasthan in a way, again, it has two sorts of vibe. One is the typical Rajasthani casual vibe, which you see at Hawa Mahal.
Right.
And then there is the royalty. So they pretty much knew that they wanted these two vibes. But Hira Mandi was our suggestion. To incorporate Hira Mandi in this whole process was suggested by our team. And thankfully, it resonated very, very well. The first mood board itself blew everybody's mind, including ours. You know, sometimes you
Yeah.
don't tend to realize when you're working on a project how good or bad it can be because it's so fresh and new that you yourself are not sure what will turn out to be. However, it's been a great journey till now, and we can't wait to execute it.
Wonderful. I'm waiting to see the pictures.
Absolutely.
So, do you think couples need to be educated on certain key elements of wedding decoration when they come to you? Of course, they are educated about the vision that they have. They have a lot of pictures, Pinterest boards, etc., that they bring to you. But do you think there are certain factors that you need to then educate them about, that this is what is logical, this is what is doable, this is what we request you to know beforehand? Any such pointers that you would want to share with them?
Yes, there are loads of them, and different with every client because everybody has a vision, but operational bit, the technical bit is way different. So हमारे कई clients आते हैं, pictures दिखाते हैं कि ऐसे कर दो. अब अगर आप मुझे बीच की पिक्चर दिखा रहे हो और आपका है हॉल, तो आप नहीं कर सकते हो. सो वी हैव टू एजुकेट देम कि ये कलर पैलेट या ये डिजाइन इंडोर का है ही नहीं. सो योर विजन विल नॉट बी एग्जीक्यूटेड एनीवे. सो that's just an example of the designing bit. Similarly for florals, like a lot of our clients come and show us a floral palette, that this is the palette we need or these type of florals we need. Most of the time they're Pinterest pictures. अब ना इंडिया में वो फूल है ना वो साइज मिलता है. अब वहां पे आप यूके में गुलाब खरीदोगे तो इतना बड़ा होगा, यहाँ पे इतना इतना डंडी पे होता है. सो आई कैन नॉट क्रिएट दैट लुक इवन इफ आई वांट टू. So this education needs to be given. Again, it's a concept of perception versus reality. So we are very, very open with the clients on what is feasible and what is not feasible.
Do you think there are some common mistakes that couples make when they hire a wedding decorator?
If I may speak the truth.
Yes, please.
Yeah. The biggest mistake couples make while hiring a decorator is putting a budget a priority vis-a-vis a vibe and understanding. I'm not saying कि अगर आपका बजट 10 लाख का है तो आप 50 लाख का डेकोरेटर ले लो. But the lot of times when people scout, people will not meet only one decorator. They will meet at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. When budget becomes the reason for choosing and the difference is not much, I would like to humbly request all my future clients or whoever is listening to me here should not be the criteria. Because sometimes that little deflection changes everything, which we know as professionals. It's very easy to undercut each other to get work. But then the capability to deliver to what is promised makes a lot of difference in that budget. So that is one mistake they should not make if the difference is not high.
I have a small tip for couples here. please log into WeddingWire India's website or download the app. You have the wedding budget calculator that we have spoken about in details in episode 1, how to plan your wedding step by step. So go check that episode out if you want, or download the app, check out the wedding budget calculator. This is where you'll be able to identify how much of your entire wedding budget needs to be allocated to different categories. Of course, you don't have to stay stuck in your head with that exact amount, but if you are going to have a discussion with your vendors, you need to know at least a ballpark amount that needs to be invested in each of these categories. So your total budget will get allocated accordingly. It's going to make your life easier when you're having conversations, when you're selecting the right vendor, and then you should also give enough room in your discussions to change the budgets if required, if it aligns with your vision. I think a lot of times couples don't know when to plan the wedding decorator.
Right.
They're doing a lot of things together. I hope not, because now that you have the first episode of Shaadi Ki Pathshala, you know how to plan your wedding step by step. But for those who have not seen the episode yet, sometimes they're confused and they're reaching out a venue, decorator, photographer at the same time. Considering that the average wedding planning month in India is 6 months, as per the data that we have, what do you think is the right time to go ahead and book a wedding decorator?
If you're looking at a timeline of 6 months, we need at least 3 to 4 months for decor.
Got it.
3 is a minimum because there's a lot which goes into it. It's planning of each event. There is palette formation. There is listings. There is layouts, run-throughs, recce's. It's a process. And
Right.
generally, by experience, 3 mahine to lagte hain to
Okay.
kind of bring it to completion, and then it's the execution bit. To finish everything, a D minus 45, so that at least this part of it is done, because there's so many other things which a couple goes through. शादी के 10 और चीज़ें होते हैं. अब उसमें अगर आप लास्ट के 40 दिन में उनसे डेकोर की बातें करोगे तो ना उनको कुछ समझ में आना है ना हम कुछ कर पाएंगे. So D minus 45 is our personal target as a company to kind of finish everything, close everything. So for them also they are at ease. We connect with them if there is a need. Otherwise, it's sorted. D minus 45 for us.
Amazing. And you don't see panic amongst couples around this time.
Most couples who are handling decor and the wedding themselves are mostly in a panic mode. जैसे जैसे शादी पास आ रही है वैसे वैसे पैनिक बढ़ता जा रहा है. Reassurances, revisiting, that the trust factor needs to be rebuilt towards the end days a lot more. So that comes into play a lot because, and it's natural, it's a human tendency. कि आपकी शादी एकदम पास आ रही है, so that panic mode automatically seeps in, the cold feet seeps in, that urge to control everything should be correct seeps in. So that is where we have to play calm, and as decorators, as planners, both, to keep it grounded and keep it comfortable for them.
Do you also feel that there's this pressure of wanting to plan a viral wedding, put the best wedding on Instagram? Do you think there's this pressure now?
Massive.
Yeah.
Even on us. हमें भी लगता है हमारी हर शादी वायरल हो जाए. It's not only them, and we would also love it. And why not? Why not? We are getting a chance. We are getting a chance to be famous. It's their day, it's their wedding. I see no harm in it, and we love to do it because they deserve to enjoy that fame. अब हर कोई अमिताभ बच्चन तो बन नहीं सकता है, लेकिन fortunately social media has made so many of us famous,
Right.
or is making so many of us famous. Then why not? I love the concept. I'm all for it. Small wedding, big wedding, कुछ तो ऐसा कर दो कि वायरल हो जाओ.
So do you have any tips? ऐसा क्या कर सकते हैं?
इतने लोग होते हैं, इतने आर्टिस्ट होते हैं, कोई ना कोई तो वायरल कर ही देगा. If you have big brand names in all formats, then obviously you are bound to become viral in some form or the other. The fun is to make smaller weddings viral, where you are plain, simple, not over the top with probably anything, but just the vibe is fun. How to make it more fun, how to make it more attractive. So their interaction comes into play. Involvement of families come into play. Little BTSs, or people speaking about the wedding, and some fun elements which we try to incorporate comes into play. So for me, it's more fun to make a smaller wedding viable.
Like special moments at the mandap during the fera, something the priest said, a couple sharing a special moment together during the mandap, or just the bride laughing her heart out.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
on one of our weddings, we were, I don't know if I should say this or not, but we were standing behind the mandap, and the girl was in panic mode. And they were married before, so it was an
Okay.
NRI, so it was a ritual which was running again for them. So she was constantly wanting a vodka shot to calm herself down. So every time she would look behind, and she would she would do this.
Practical.
Yeah, so which was fine. So yeah, so it came in the BTS. Of course, we never used it, but yeah, it was a moment to reckon with. So interesting things happen. We are lucky that we are in a profession where we get to be a part of happy moments.
Right.
I think this is my personal bent to the profession. It is, of course, your name, fame, money. It's a very positive sort of a profession. Yeah.
True. You're part of someone's beautiful moments, and they'll always be grateful for the dream that you have weaved for them. So you're taking a lot of blessings home.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. It does
Yeah.
happen
Yeah.
most the times, which is a great feeling too. Yeah.
Yes, correct. One trend that we are seeing getting really, really popular in India these days is day weddings. We're seeing a lot of outdoor weddings happening during the day. I'm very keen to know what are the differences, the main differences that as a decorator, you need to plan and observe when you're planning a day wedding versus a night wedding.
Yes, there is a massive shift into day wedding and sundowner weddings. So sundowner concept again bahar se aaya. So suddenly everybody wants a sundowner wedding.
Yeah.
There's a massive difference in a day wedding and a night wedding. Starting from the kind of colors you use, with the kind of setup you need, floral palettes, furnitures. So when you look at an outdoor area, what you need to first understand is that you need to use the place itself.
Right.
You cannot detach the venue from the decor and vice versa. So the beauty of an outdoor wedding is you get a playground already, you get a palette or a punch already from the venue. All you need to do is thread it together.
Right.
Yeah. And of course, when you work in the day, technically हमारे लिए मुश्किल होता है, because हमारे पैसे ज़्यादा लगते हैं, because लोग एक दिन पहले से काम करते हैं. So costings generally tend to go higher in a day wedding rather than lower, because the timeline is such that you start one day before. अगर मेरे को सुबह 11 बजे किसी को शादी रेडी करके देनी है, मैं सुबह 4 बजे नहीं शुरू कर सकती. मुझे पिछले दिन से काम कराना है. सो क्लाइंट्स नॉर्मली से अच्छा दिन की वेडिंग है तो लाइटिंग वाइटिंग तो लगनी नहीं है, तो पैसे कम लगेंगे. व्हाट दे डोंट अंडरस्टैंड इज कि पैसे ज़्यादा लगेंगे बिकॉज जो सारे लोग काम कर रहे हैं वो आपका 24 घंटे की दिहाड़ी और लेंगे. सो द कॉस्टिंग्स टेंड टू गो हायर rather than lower is what my experience is.
Okay.
And again, like you said, the beauty is of the natural environment. Sunlight helps a lot unless the weather goes damp, which rarely happens because we generally tend to check the weather. But you cannot, like a red and a gold would not go well in the day.
Yes.
So if somebody is suggesting for red and gold, we would kind of avoid it. Deep colors we avoid to use. Pastels come into play. A lot of flowy concepts are used in the day. You are less structurally bound. You can use elements which are highlighted in the sun. For example, things like jute, things like nice, if somebody wants to use artificial flowers look nicer in the day vis-a-vis a light put on them, because they accentuate their artificial bit in the light.
Right.
So there are many elements like that which are different in the day vis-a-vis a night, because an authenticity of the colors in the palette come out great. आप जब रात का काम करोगे, you have to be very sure if you're giving a palette to a client, the moment anything is hit by a light, it changes its demeanor. So अगर मेरे को पर्पल देना है या रेड देना है, I have to understand कि लाइट जलने के बाद वो कलर क्या दिखेगा. So that's how we plan a night wedding. In a day wedding, it's all original.
Can you deep dive a little bit more on the importance of lighting in a night wedding and how that can change the dynamics of decor?
Everything. The best of decor can fall flat with a bad lighting. And an average decor can look gorgeous with great lighting. Lighting is personally for us as a company also, it's a very, very, very important technical aspect, which we are very particular about also, because how it is, how it binds the whole decor. It is not just highlighting, agar prop rakha hai uske niche light laga di, that is not decor.
Right.
It has to be highlighted the right way, using pin spots, accentuating centerpieces, highlighting the walls surrounding the decor or undertoning it. Because see, when you are looking at a venue, when we make a presentation, it does not involve entertainment, for example, लेकिन वहाँ पे entertainment होता है, उसकी
Yeah.
lighting आती है. So we have to pre-plan कि वो light भी होगी, सिर्फ मेरी light नहीं होगी. So that is where our technicality comes in, and that is why we request our couples कि आप समझो कि आप जो मांग रहे हो उसमें 10 चीज़ें और वहाँ उस दिन होने वाली हैं. ये जो दिख रहा है इसके साथ और लाइटिंग होगी, आपका म्यूजिक भी रहेगा, कलर्स लाइटिंग भी आएगी एंटरटेनमेंट से, तो उसको बैलेंस कैसे करना है. सो लाइटिंग इज एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट, अदरवाइज योर होल डेकोर कैन फॉल फ्लैट. अ गुड टेक्नीशियन फॉर लाइटिंग इज अ हैंड्स डाउन रिक्वायरमेंट फॉर अस, नो मैटर व्हाट.
Got it. And now that tech is playing a very important role in wedding
Yeah.
decoration, we are seeing a lot of tech integration, 3D mapping, etc.
Right.
Do you think that might be the future of wedding decorations, or there's going to be a balance?
Story I'd like to share from Pulkit and Kriti's wedding. The mandap which you see on our page,
Yeah.
it's a glass mandap.
Yes.
That was actually incorporated from an AI image. There is no real reference of the mandap at all anywhere. It was an AI image of multiple colors which was created, which was then shortlisted and brought to life in reality for the first time. So, yes, technology that way was very, very handy for us for curating something like this.
Right.
And it was a tough job because जब कुछ कभी बना ही नहीं तो कोई रेफरेंस ही नहीं है. कहाँ से
Right.
उठाओगे, किसको देखोगे या किससे इंस्पिरेशन लोगे. It was literally in the air.
It really played a very important role in the pre-planning of decoration, where you could visualize things that people have not done before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tech can be an instrument
Hmm.
to enhance something.
Got it.
But tech को आप लिबर्टी नहीं दे सकते कंट्रोल करने के लिए. फिर रोबोटिक डेकोर होगा.
Right.
My perception completely.
Yeah.
I think as grounded as it should be, that should remain. Utility wise, yes, multiple things can be done. We are doing mapping in Jaigarh because the walls are such. तो वहाँ अच्छा लगेगा.
Hmm.
लेकिन हर जगह मैं मैपिंग नहीं करना चाहूँगी. ऑथेंटिसिटी ग्राउंडेड रहने से ही आती है. रूट्स बहुत ज़रूरी है. उसके बाद आप ऐड करते रहो. इट्स नो प्रॉब्लम. वी वुड लव टू ग्रो विद टेक. व्हाई नॉट? वी ऑल आर. But
Yeah.
I don't like the ruling of it.
Beautiful, minute details, attention to details that we are doing in
Yeah.
wedding decoration these days. Personalization, customization, fresh flowers, sometimes amalgamated with artificial flowers as
Yeah.
well, flowy fabrics, and all of these raw materials like jute. They're just beautiful, and they bring out the beauty of the venue. They make it so authentic. Like the Indian wedding culture is truly complemented through them.
Right.
So thank you for sharing that perception with us.
Thank you.
One last question, which I think is very, very important for our couples. The role of contracts in the entire vendor booking process when it comes to wedding decoration. Do you think contracts are important? If yes, why? And what are some points that should definitely be added to the contracts to ensure that you as well as the client is in a safe place?
So 100% contracts are very, very, very important. Unfortunately, and I'm openly saying this, we are a highly unorganized sector. हमारे यहाँ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स की वैल्यू है ही नहीं. आप जितने मर्जी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइन कर लो, टेक्निकली दे होल्ड नो वैल्यू. But it should be enforced. There should be a legal document where everything is listed, everything is clear. Dispute occurs post for no reason कि किसी थर्ड पर्सन ने कुछ बोल दिया आके कि होस्ट खुश है, कपल खुश है, सब खुश है. कोई थर्ड पर्सन आगे बोल देगा कि यार ये कमी था या फूल थोड़े मुरझा गए थे, एग्जाम्पल दे रही हूँ. सो देन व्हेन इट कम्स टू दैट, unfortunately we are in a country where these things play a lot of role in so-called rounding off your figure. It is a very common trend कि अच्छा 2 लाख बचते हैं, 1.5 लेके खत्म करो. भाई हम दुकान थोड़ा चला रहे हैं कि 1.5 लेके खत्म कर दें.
Exactly.
2 लाख है तो 2 लाख मिलने चाहिए. Just again an example. So for that pure reason, I think contracts should come into play. It should be officially done. We should be more organized in every vendor format, because we are one industry who give a lot of time to a wedding. If I pick up a wedding, my 6 months are dedicated to that family, to that couple. My energy goes there, my time goes there. Our families take a back seat.
Right.
We can't see our parents, we can't see our kids as we get closer to a big fat wedding especially.
Right.
So there's a lot which goes in emotionally from a profession like this, which nobody addresses or realizes. But fair enough, not asking for any realization or appreciation there. It's a choice we've made. But at the end of the day, a contract or a legal document helps us to get our dues in an authentic manner, is my whole point. And
Got
it should definitely be enforced. Every detail, timelines, payments should be in writing. And not only for our security, even for the client security. उनको भी कोई गलत इंसान मिल सकता है. ये जरूरी नहीं है कि हमारे ही पैसे कट रहे हो, आपके साथ भी गलत हो सकता है. सो दैट पर्टिकुलर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कम्स हैंडी टू यू ऑल्सो, बिकॉज एटलीस्ट देयर इज क्लैरिटी ऑफ what you're in for and what you're not.
Right. And should they also have deliverables written in the contract that this is what we are expecting from the vendor?
So generally contracts do not have deliverables. There are subcontracts which go along with the main contract where the entire deliverables are mentioned. Again, like I said, we are such an unorganized sector कि हम लोग को आधे टाइम तो लोग लिस्टिंग भी नहीं बनाते कि पीपीटी देख लिया, अच्छा कर देंगे मैडम जी. कर दोगे, लेकिन क्या लगाओगे वो तो बताओ. Because on the last day they work with their mind. So we as a company, we ensure that everything is on paper. Otherwise we do not sublet to the vendor, because written में जो चीज आ गई आपके पास, एटलीस्ट आपको पता है आपको क्या मिल रहा है.
Right.
So these are all subcontracts which come into play, because wedding decor is not just us. We have 8-10 other vendors who will be involved. अब आप एक फूल वाले से तो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं ले सकते हो.
Yeah. So the right thing to do for couples, vendors,
is to
And
have a contract.
is to have a contract.
100%.
Perfect. Dear couples, I hope you have made a lot of notes during this conversation and you have all of the points in place that you must keep in mind when you plan your wedding decoration and book your wedding decorator. We'll be back soon with more of these kind of inspirational Shaadi Ki Pathshala videos. Stay tuned. We love you and we wish you all the best for your wedding planning journey.